you. I don't know about you or where you are today, but here in Ohio, it is darn cold out there. And I'm happy to be back from the market with all of my tasty goodies, and I'm gonna warm myself up by getting cooking in the kitchen. So come on in and let's see what we can put together today. Whew, okay, that feels better. The coat's off, we've been inside for a few minutes and we're starting to thaw from the winter chill. Today, I want to spend just a few minutes here at the start talking about Kraft Philadelphia Italian Urban Cheese Cooking Cream, our flavor of the week. We've all been working with it for a week now. Isn't it fabulous? We've had it longer than a week, and I don't know about you, but I had to resist the urge to crack open my tubs and use it all up before we got to the competition. But I am more than happy to be dipping into this little baby all week long. With it today, I'm going to use it for my double stuffed pork chops. We're gonna put a little bit of the cooking cream in the filling that goes in the pork chop, and then at the end, we're just gonna finish off those chops, bake them in the oven, and then let the amazing, melty, ooey gooey goodness of the Italian urban cheese cooking cream take over and finish off our dish that is going to rival any pork chop you've had in any 5-star restaurant. So hey, let's get cooking with a little Kraft Philadelphia Italian urban cheese cooking cream. The first thing that I want to do today, stuffing made. And in our stuffing, we are going to use 1/3 cup pine nuts, 1 cup fresh baby spinach, a 1/2 cup of dried cherries, and 1 cup of Kraft Natural shredded Italian cheeses with what else? A touch of Philly. So we've got all of that yummy goodness inside. We're gonna top it off with a heaping tablespoon, only 1 tablespoon of the Philadelphia cooking cream to help hold all of those, meld those flavors all together as it cooks and melts down on the inside of the pork chop before we finish off the pork chop with a little more cooking cream. So I'm gonna get all of these ingredients into my little mini food processor and just pulse it for a couple of quick seconds, put it in a bowl, and we're gonna set it aside while we get the chops together. So let's get mixing. Pulse that together. Now we are going to put in the shredded cheese. My mini chopper's getting awful full. And we'll get that all together. Now before I add the cooking cream, the tablespoon of cooking cream, I'm going to go ahead and put this into a bowl and stir in the cooking cream. You can see right here we've got the makings of something yummy. Can you see all of that? The shredded cheese with the touch of Philly, the pine nuts, the dried cherries. I could put this on a lettuce leaf and eat it right now. So now I'm going to add my tablespoon of cooking cream, and I'm going to use that here as kind of a binder. It's going to be the moist ingredient that kind of brings this filling all together. And you can see how the cooking cream is just clinging and covering all of those ingredients very nicely. So we are going to be able to spoon this into our pork chops. So now I am going to show you how to make the pocket in the pork chop so that we can put the filling in. So I've got these nice, gorgeous bone-in chops, which I've washed, patted dry. I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to make a pocket. I'm going to cut into, but not all the way through. I'm going to make about a 3 to a 4 inch slit right here in the front. I don't know if you can see that. See, I'm making a little opening right here. Let me stack that up so you can see it a little better. And then I'm going to get my fingers in there and I'm going to kind of push the meat around a little bit. Make myself a nice little... If you're wondering why it sounds like the ceiling is going to fall down, my husband is upstairs converting a summer porch off the back end of our house into an upstairs laundry room for me. So I, hopefully soon, or at least by this summer, will no longer have to go down to the dark and scary basement to do my laundry. Yay! So please forgive any kind of construction noise. Okay, as you can see, I've got all of my pocket openings done in our bone-in pork chops here. That's the construction noise I was telling you about. Anyways, I'm gonna salt and pepper these, and then we're gonna get ready to stuff. Okay, we have our pork chops seasoned, our pockets made. Now we are ready to stuff our chops. Now you're gonna do this by putting in a couple of tablespoons of your filling. And you're just gonna put that in there and smush it all the way back into the very edge of the pocket, because you want all of that filling to get in there and cook with the meat. Now don't worry if when you're turning these a little bit of that stuffing oozes out. It's going to be all good because we're going to scrape it up off the bottom of the pan once we add the chicken broth. It's going to swirl and cook in and flavor the meat, and it's going to add yumminess to the already yummy cooking cream once we get that in the pan at the end. Okay, our chops are done. I have them on a plate resting for just a few moments. We're gonna deglaze the pan with a cup of chicken broth, and then we're gonna put our chops back in and get those in the oven. Woo! Nice and steamy. We're just gonna work that chicken stock and take your spoon and make sure you get up all of those juicy bits, those nice little brown bits. I think the fancy professional cooks call those fawns. I don't know, but I'm mighty fond of it. And now I'm going to add my pork chops back in. Oops, scoosh that stuffing back in there. Yum. Oh. You can see how nice and beautifully these babies browned up in the skillet. I'm going to kind of layer them on top of each other just a little bit. They'll cook nicely. And I'm going to point the stuffing edges all in towards the middle. And whatever reserve juices from the plate while we were scooping up those brown bits. Perfect. And I'm just going to cover this with a little bit of foil, and we're going to pop it into a 425-degree oven for about 20-25 minutes. Okay, we've just taken these out of the oven. Let's see how they look. They smell delicious. My husband was saying earlier, too bad they don't have smell vision on video. Oh wow, look at that. Look at how nice and juicy, steamy. Now I'm going to pop these pork chops out of the pan and put them on a plate to rest, tin it with a little foil, and all of those yummy juices in there. I'm going to go ahead and add the cooking cream, and we are going to have a delightful little sauce. Now this is what I like to call quick and easy pan sauce. I reserved about a half a cup of the liquid that was left in the bottom of the pan when I took the pork chops out of the oven. And we have all of those nice brown bits in there, a little bit of the filling that may have oozed out while cooking. And to that I added our tub of Philadelphia Italian urban cheese cooking cream. And as you can see, I've got a nice, lovely, creamy pan sauce that we are going to put right on top of our chops. And now for our first bite. A little sweet from the cherries, a little savory from the cooking cream. Altogether, just absolutely delicious. 5-star cooking in your home, made easy with Kraft Philadelphia Italian urban cheese cooking cream. Thanks everybody. I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope you make this recipe. And as soon as it's available in your grocery store, run, don't walk to snatch up your very own tubs of Italian urban cheese cooking cream. Get all 4 flavors. You're gonna love them. Thanks everybody. Bon appetit!